What's going on, ladies and gents? Mr.Joysticks coming back at, or not back at you, but coming at you with the video. Today we're going to be discussing two new games that just recently came out, and then we're going to be going over some Subnautica 2 drama. Supposedly, some of the main developers on Subnautica 2 are getting kicked out because they're not doing their job. There's a lot of backlash from the community, but we'll get into that in a minute. But first, I want to go over these two games. There's an Xbox exclusive as of right now. It's coming out later this year on PlayStation, but it's called Mecha Break. It's like a multiplayer game. Mecha Break and multiplayer mech game developed by. Let's just get into it. Mecha Break, a multiplayer mech game developed by Chinese studio Amazing Season Games, has made a strong impact since its release on July 1st, 2025. Exclusively for Xbox Series X and S and PC, the game, which is free to play, has seen significant player numbers with nearly 133,000 concurrent players on PC shortly after launch and maintaining around 50,000 daily peaks. Mecha Break is currently in the top 50 most popular games on Steam and the top 35 most played titles on Xbox Store. Despite its popularity, Mecha Break's early reviews are mixed. The game holds a 3.5-star rating on the Xbox Store based on over 1,000 player impressions and has mixed reviews on Steam with over 16,000 reviews. Professional critics have given the game a fair rating on OpenCritic with an average score of 73 and 50% recommendation rate. Players have praised Mecha Break for its combat and visuals, in-depth customization options, and accessibility. However, criticism include the game's aggressive monetization, high-priced skin bundles, grindy battle pass, and lack of pure PvE mode. So there's not a good PvE mode. The monetization's bad, but I guess the core gameplay is really good. The visuals are nice. If you have an Xbox, definitely comment down below if you play this game, if it's any good, if you're enjoying it. And if you haven't played it yet, definitely I don't recommend checking it out, but if you would like to check it out, definitely do so. I do not have an Xbox currently. I am hoping to get one soon. But I'll definitely play this game when it comes out on PlayStation. Okay, let's go on to the next game. This is from Game Rant, by the way, so shout out to Game Rant for this article. This is from IGN. This is a PC game, and it's called Shark Dentist. And basically, you're trying to do dentistry on these sharks, and you have to deal with you're trying not to wake them up, and there's certain things you got to do. We'll read a little bit about it. There's a lot more to it than that, though. You'll have to manage anesthesia doses and oxygen levels, monitor the shark's pulse, administer drugs, work on teeth with circular saws, drills, and mirrors, and more, all the while the deadliest creature on Earth hangs suspended from the ceiling just inches from your face. We can look at some images. That's crazy. Oh, he has some cavities. That'd be terrifying. I want to know what happens when polyps. I want to know what happens when he eats you. That's a terrible workplace. They need to clean that place up. Oh god. Okay, we're gonna go on to the next thing. The Subnautica 2 drama. Um Subnautica 2, so basically Subnautica 2, they we'll read a little bit. Subnautica 2's increasingly messy saga has taken another dramatic turn. Developer unknown, and this is from Eurogamer. Developer Unknown Worlds ousted leaders have announced legal action against Krafton, and the publishers shared a statement accusing the former employees of abandoning the underwater survival sequel. Subnautica 2 became the unexpected focus of industry drama last week when Krafton announced it was replacing 3 key members of Unknown Worlds' leadership team, including studio founder and original Subnautica director Charlie Cleveland, with Steve, I don't know how to say that, CEO of the Callisto Protocol studio striking distance. At the time, Krafton insisted it had sought to keep the co-founders and original creators of the Subnautica series involved in the game development, despite their departure, pushback was swift, especially given Crafton's talk of metrics and targets and the suggestion it might be cracking the whip to get the game complete as soon as possible. And the situation only grew murkier after Bloomberg reported Cleveland, as well as Unknown World's chief executive officer Ted Gill and special projects director Max McGuire had all been pushed out amid Crafton's sudden decision to shift Subnautica 2's early access launch from its announced 2025 window into 2026. It was also claimed the move, which Unknown World's ousted leadership reportedly did not support, would mean the studio was unlikely to meet the revenue targets that would unlock a promised $250 million bonus for the development team. Responding to Bloomberg's report, so basically many people think that they're just trying to get it out as fast as possible, and that's why they got rid of him. And the beta was delayed for a year, and it's been in the beta was delayed by a year. So it's just not looking good already. But getting rid of leadership, I don't think that's gonna help anything. And then the developers don't get their promised 250 million bonus for the development team. They don't get that unlocked through revenue now, so that sucks as well for the developers. Responding to Bloomberg's report, Crafton insisted the delay was not influenced by any contractual or financial considerations, but was instead merely to improve the game following feedback. So he's saying he just wanted to improve the game, and that's why he was trying to delay it. This directly contradicted an earlier statement made by Cleveland to fans following his departure, claiming Subnautica 2 was ready for early access. So Cleveland's one of these two are lying. I don't know. Probably I would assume it was Cleveland, considering that it's not ready for early access, or they thought it was. Maybe he's not lying. Maybe they thought it was ready, and then they got some feedback, lots of feedback saying it wasn't ready, so they changed it to make it later on. Moral of the story is it's not coming till way later. That's the moral of the story. sadly, it's not coming till later. But Crafton didn't stop there. First, it posted a new gameplay trailer, presumably in a bid to try and quell the growing community discontent. Then overnight, it issued another statement, the one far less diplomatic than the rest, directly accusing Cleveland and Co. of abandoning their responsibilities. Subnautica 2 was originally, this is what they said, Subnautica 2 was originally planned for early access launch in early 2024, it wrote, but the timeline has since been significantly delayed. Crafton made multiple requests to Charlie and Max to resume their roles as game director and technical director, respectively, but both declined to do so. In particular, following the failure of Moonbreaker, Crafton asked Charlie to devote himself to the development of Subnautica 2. However, instead of participating in the game development, he chose to focus on a personal film project. All this, Crafton insisted, resulted in repeated confusion in direction and significant delays in the overall project schedule. So it's possible that he wasn't focused on the game. It's possible, that's a complete possibility, you never know. Leading to what it called an early access version that falls short in terms of content volume. It added it was deeply disappointed in the former leadership's conduct, who it accused of failing to honor the trust placed in them by our fans. It also claimed that 90% of the $250 million payout highlighted in Bloomberg's earlier report would have gone to Cleveland, McGuire, and Gill. That gives them enough time to make a good game, I think. But it seems now the gloves are well and truly off, with Cleveland responding to Crafton's statement with an announcement of legal action. In a post to Subnautica community, he described the ongoing saga as an explosive and surreal time for Subnautica team and community, reiterating that we know in our souls that the game is ready for early access. We've now filed a lawsuit against Crafton. Cleveland continued. The details should eventually become at least mostly public. You all deserve the full story. Suing a multi-billion-dollar company in a painful, public, and possibly protracted way was certainly not on my bucket list, but this needs to be made right. Subnautica has been my life's work, and I would never willingly abandon it or the amazing team that has poured their hearts into it. So he's saying he's coming back. He's saying, bam, bam. No, he's saying that he didn't abandon it, and they're suing the company now, the publisher, for firing them and saying that and coming out and saying that he abandoned it. As for the earnout, he continued, the idea that Max, Ted, and I wanted to keep it all for ourselves is totally untrue. I'm in this industry because I love it, not for riches. Historically, we've always shared our profits with the team and did the same when we sold the studio. You can be damned sure we'll continue with the earnout bonus as well. They deserve it for all their incredible work trying to get this great game into your hands. And that's where things currently stand, assuming it doesn't get caught in the legal crossfire. Subnautica 2 is still expected to launch into early access sometime in 2026 and was previously anticipated to remain there for 2 to 3 years. Crazy. Crazy, crazy stuff. Okay, guys, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. If you stuck around, please leave a like and subscribe. If you want to stay up to date with all the gaming news and all the daily gaming news, breaking gaming news, I don't know, gaming news, um, definitely subscribe. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video or learned something new. But I will catch y'all later, and peace out.